guys, that's just demonstrating the VFO windup. Listening to it through our grand over there, but radio we're looking at, as you can see, Harley Davidson edition Cobra 29 LTD, real deal Harley Davidson radio. There's the case on it, not a fake skin or anything like that. Nice radio, super nice. Obviously one of the limited edition 29s that come out. Getting harder and harder to find, especially in this condition. This is probably, I've had a couple of them that were probably this nice, but this is probably about as good a condition you can get without being brand new. This one's had all of Gump's mods done to it. VFO wind up right there on the channel 9 switch. When it's up, wind up's on, off, wind up off. Variable power right here on the RF gain, that's your dead key control. Widened out receive, quietened receive as we turn the volume up there. No static whatsoever. White LED meter light, audio mods on the transmit, transmit tune, peak, whatever you want to refer to it as. All of Gump's mods been done to this radio, and it's a super nice radio. Now, I'm always up front with people. Just to put it out there, when I plugged this thing up, turned it on, it did have a segment that was showing out over here on the 8. Now, that may have been because the radio was cold, hadn't been used very much, whatever. I've seen that happen before. One's been sitting a while. Channel selector just needs to be worked, and the segments are all good. So, obviously, there's not a bad segment in there, but for whatever reason, it wasn't working when I first turned it on. Sit here and let the radio run for about 30 minutes, not even 30 minutes, probably 10 minutes, and came back in here, segment was on. Been working the channel display back and forth, channel selector. I mean, I'm not being easy on it here by any means. I want it to go out if it's going to go out. But display seems to be working good, so we're not going to take out a good working display and replace it with something else. So as you can see, we wrenched it back and forth there, and channel display is working nicely. Everything's working on the radio. Everything's good to go. All it needs is somebody to talk on it. Anyway, so we've got our volume turned all the way up on our receive over here. You can see there's no static. You know, most people probably hook this thing up and think there's something wrong with the receive, but we're going to turn on our Cobra 90 here and test the receive. We've got a dummy load. It's hooked into a dummy load. Our 29 here is hooked into that can dummy load in the background there. So that's how we test them to make sure they're receiving. Just go dummy load to dummy load, and here we go. So I'm going to key it up. Volume is wide open. It's going to be loud, just to forewarn you here. There you go, 5S units, dummy load to dummy load. Nice working receive. Let's turn that down there, and we'll turn this guy off. Next thing we're going to do, check the dead key. So here we go. We'll check dead key and average power first, and then we'll check peak power. So dead key is all the way down here. That should give us a whopping 0 watts, 50 watt slug. If I get my finger away from the camera, I'll go ahead and key up. I'm keyed up right there. Oh, you're about 8.5 watts average. Now, I'm just going to roll the dead key up, show you how stable it is. That's 9 o'clock. $12. That's wide open. 5 watts, wide open. Oh, 9 watts average, wide open. Go to 12 o'clock. Oh, 9 watts at 12 o'clock. About 8.5 all the way down, 9 watts average all the way up. Okay, so that's the average output. Let's turn it up just a little bit for our peak reading. Getting a shadow in front of the camera there. Let's turn it up here to about 9 o'clock for our peak reading. That was getting awful dark, wasn't it? I guess it's picking up my shadow. All right, 9 o'clock. Let's go to peak. Bird 43P, as always. Bird peak, that's all we use. Not a dosy in the house. So let's check it on peak. Audio. 40, 45, audio, 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 audio. 40, 45 at the most. As always, if you change your voice peaks from low to high, a lot of it depends on the radio, the tune on the radio, the microphone, everything else. But throwing your voice up and down, as I've mentioned before, will change your power output some. A lot of times on average, but peak as well. So that's it, guys. That's the Harley Davidson Cobra 29 LTD Classic, and it is for sale. First come, first serve. If you're interested in it, let me know. Shoot me a text. 423-299-3535. And hope to catch you guys out there on the band. Enjoy the hobby. Rooster in Tennessee. See you, bye.